All right, so here we go. Everybody look up at the board, get your notes out. All right, so we've done this a few times. Remember, what I'm going to expect out of you guys is that you build your slideshow about this photographer with examples. We went over a specific type of notes last time, you know, what their causes were, what was going on in their head, how they set up their shots, that kind of thing. I'll go over that in just a little bit. But this is our first photographer, Richard Avedon. Okay, so again, you can take notes on a piece of paper or in slides or on Google Docs. It doesn't matter, but you're going to have to take a few notes about each one of these. And again, at the end, you're going to decide which one you want to do. Okay? Now, I'll tell you a little bit about this guy. He is an American photographer. Born 1923, died 2004. His style's really modern. Straight photographer, documentary, fashion. Really, really heavy into fashion. So you'll see his photos are really, really stylized, but they're portrait shots and they look gorgeous. All right, this is the kind of setup he would have. It's pretty intense. I mean, that tripod is huge. He would drape over like a black cloth, so he would just zero in on his person. Usually white backdrops is his kind of forte. We got some pretty famous people there. We got the Terminator, Robert De Niro. See how crisp and clear these photos are. It takes a lot of composition and work with lighting to get it that in focus and that high contrast. So again, this very famous photographer, his name is Richard Avedon. All right, our next photographer, Herb Ritz. Another fashion guy. And this guy was really well known actually for his covers. I mean, this guy worked for everybody. Time Magazine, Elle, Vanity Fair, Vogue, Time. These are all of his Rolling Stone covers. We got Prince. Next photographer, Robert Frank. Now this guy, he was European. He was born in Switzerland, but he came over to America and really made a name for himself. 1930s, 1940s. So if you're into that that span of time, then Robert Frank is your guy. All right, let's go to the next one. Ooh, I like him. This guy. David Hockney. He would take series of photos, and he was about the composition, not only just of one photo, but he would create these huge, massive installations. Bless you.
Thank you.
Almost looks like graphic design. Now this is really easy to do in Photoshop now, but back in his day, this was, you had to print each one, you had to mount each one. I mean, it was insane. Did a lot of Polaroid shots too. This is super cool. Each one of those is a different photo, making up this image. Again, his name is David Hockney. All right, the next one we got, good old Charlie Waite. Now, we've seen some photographers that were portrait photographers, worked with models. David Hockney definitely wasn't one of those. He worked with Polaroids and different pictures and graphically created it all. Charlie, what do you think his focus is? Yeah, so environmental photography, right? He's going outdoors and he's taking those pictures. All right, we got Jimmy Chin. If you're an adrenaline junkie, this is your guy. So this is the picture. Let me show you what it looked like watching him work. Again, this is the photo that he got, and this is him on a rope on the side of a mountain getting this picture. Pretty crazy stuff. All right, and the last one for today, Brian Smith. This guy's more modern. Portrait photography. Anyway, watch Modern Family. So that's Brian Smith. Okay. Now, remember, I'm going to end this slideshow, and I just want to point out what we did last time. I want you to do it again. For this Google slide presentation, we're going to follow the same template. You're going to give me different slides for brain, eyes, mouth, hands, shoulder, heart, back, and heel. You're going to start it out with one slide just about their name, and you're going to give me all this other stuff about them. Okay, we're going to start this today. It'll be due on Thursday. Any questions? No? All right, cool.